Oh, hey, hi, hello, welcome on in. We are back with another wonderful episode of Indy by Night. We have a new overlay, guys. We're here, we're looking fresh. So, once again, thank you to Justin for all the hard work you put in and helping me not be an idiot with slashes. Um, but we're going to introduce who we're going to be playing this evening and how we're feeling about the things that are unwrapping so far in this little mini chronicle that we're doing. And we'll go ahead and start off with Warren.
Hi, I'm Warren. I'm playing Carter, the Tremere, who would rather be reading a book. That is usually true. So far, we're okay. A little bit awkward, a lot of bit awkward. Um, but I'm sure we'll be blowing something up with Dimitri here shortly.
I really hope not. Next up, we have Hannah.
Hey, I'm Hannah playing Eva Hill, part of the Bruja clan. And Eva doesn't really know what to think about things. She doesn't trust Carter,
Ooh,
sadly, even though she really wants to. Um, but I think she's hopeful Isaiah will keep her balanced, so we'll see how that goes.
felt like a stake through the heart there, Carter.
Mm.
Uh,
I mean, I did stake her last time.
womp womp. Next up, we have Justin.
Hi, I'm Justin. I'll be playing Dimitri the Ventru. And when Dimitri started this night, the last thing he expected to be doing was going to have some wings with his old coterie mate Carter. But text came in. It's party time.
Ouch. Um, Next up, we have Rob.
Hi, everyone. I'm Rob. I'm going to be playing Isaiah. I'm also feeling a little bit skeptical of the Tremere from the tower who's come just to make sure that the Anarchs are playing this. But I am looking forward to having Dimitri around so that I can finally set up a tail on this guy.
It's been 4 years. No. And last but not least, Ian. Unfortunately enough, you're not playing Michael this evening, but who are you playing this evening?
Nah, I'm gonna say every time I think about it, I'm like, damn, Michael went out in such a good way and so true. Damn, if I'm not heartbroken that Michael's dead. But no, hi, I'm Ian. I'll be playing the one and only Claudius B. Wellington. So be ready, because as we've been kind of in our pre-show waiting room together, it's tough to put that genie back in the bottle, gang.
Trust me, we've tried. So as
You
of
you did this to me. Just
You
remember.
keep inviting Claudius back, so we haven't tried that hard.
well, you know.
You're like, there's a time that Ian's not playing the character they made. Claudius, maybe?
Well, you also put yourself in a position to not play your character a lot of times.
Well, maybe it's kind of Freudian. I don't know.
Uh,
Uh,
anyway, last episode, it was
I
a
don't know
lot.
what the right word there is.
I don't think that was it. Um,
Everybody wants to kiss Claudius at least a little bit. Don't lie.
That's a take.
it's hotter than your blood is currently.
Heyo. Blushed up just like I am on the outside.
As you guys have been going back and forth, um, all sort of dealing with what your unlife has sort of transformed into. All gates of hell open up inside of Indianapolis as this coterie is starting to reassemble, um, slowly but surely. A lot of distrust is going in as two agents of the different sides are attempting to meet on some home turf of a certain Baron Eva Hill. Um, a text was sent out and happily ended a beneficial meeting for Dimitri. A certain Giovanni was attempting to have maybe Dimitri open up to some of the darker side of the sex. And that is where we're picking up. You guys are on Dimitri is on their way to meet with Carter and unknowingly Eva at the Sidelines Bar and Grill. Um, I want to go ahead and ask everyone in the scene, is there anything you would like to prepare before going into this meeting?
I'm good.
Yeah, I don't need anything.
Both of you saying that makes the rest of my planning so much easier. Appreciate that. Just you two specifically, because you're a power duo. Some might say explosive in some cases.
We try.
It's happened.
Carter or Isaiah, either of you guys have anything you would like to prepare before a certain Ventrue walks onto the scene?
Do we think that in my downtime that I would have a Famulus?
Yeah, probably.
I'd like to have them around. So I would
Perfect.
say that they're around because they're easy to find where I live.
Also very true, and thank you for allowing me to know what your Famulus was in the form of.
Should have been a bird.
R.I.P.
Not all the
Michael.
birds in the store.
No, I think Carter doesn't bother to prepare because he knows that if Eva and Dimitri decide he's dead, and it doesn't matter much.
I love that for you. Wonderful. As this is taking place and you guys have arrived on the scene, Claudius, you have awoken from your slumber. I need you to go ahead and roll a rouse check for me, please.
Fine. Hey-oh. We're alive. We're fine.
I would hope you'd be alive. That'd be an interesting rouse check if not the case. But you go ahead and say you're a single hunger. And you have just started getting a good base of situation set up here in the Indianapolis area after the explosive year that you've had with the Camarilla sort of falling apart. Being one of those free agents as they were, the only thing that you lost really was business. So you did have to go ahead and try to stack up some business in other ways. But you do know the location of a certain baron that you would like to go ahead and begin settling roots down in your territory.
All right.
So you are also on the way to the scene. Is there anything you would like to prepare as you are getting ready to walk into Eva's domain?
No, just more so the aesthetic of it, of the typical, at this point, Claudius grievous skulk. Kind of cloak wrapped around them. They're themselves like kind of not super tight, but enough. Hunched over, walking with kind of a purpose. Very off-putting. I think this would be the good time to say that obvious predator is a flaw of his. So everybody's just a little uneasy. At least in the mortal variety.
that it's probably very fair in this bar and grill that is definitely hopping.
Well, they should not be edible. I don't know.
A wonderful take as always, Claudius.
Thank you.
As we go ahead and start laying out the scene. Dimitri, you haven't stepped foot in this area for quite some time, specifically this bar. Anything you would, as you're walking up, like to do?
Mostly I'll just, have my guys tell them keep their, eyes open. Let me know if any trouble happens.
Okay.
The norm. And then, yeah, but no. Does it look pretty much the same as the last time I was here?
Looks exactly the same.
Nice. I'll just kind of stroll in like I'm a wealthy man about town.
It definitely, a lot of people sort of turn heads as probably one of the nicer vehicles in the parking lot parks. A couple of people keep an eye out as Dimitri walks in. Dimitri, as you scan around the room, you do see Eva and Carter in a booth with a stack of wings that have not been touched in between of them. And it seems like very awkward at the table.
I'll just, stroll up like I just saw them yesterday. Is the seat next to Eva open or is someone taking it?
I think that I was seated there previously.
Yep.
But
Okay, I'll just kind of flop down into the seat next to Carter unceremoniously, put him briefly in a headlock, and give him a noogie. It's good to see you, little brother. It's been
Dimitri,
too long.
yeah, that's saying something because we haven't seen each other since
Everything
the
went to shit.
the split, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have not seen each other since since you guys had split up after Eva was attempting to kill Dimitri.
Little sister.
But I heard what went down in Boston. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have done very well for yourself. I've heard nothing but good things.
Thanks. I'm gonna actually like get up and attempt to kind of give Dimitri a hug while he's sitting in the booth.
Oh, yeah. He'll actually get up as she gets up and give her a big old bear hug. Like, pick her up off the ground.
Yes.
It's been too long.
Whoa. Yeah, it definitely has been.
So, why has no one touched wings?
I thought he liked the wings. Apparently, that was not the case. So they're now just sitting here on the table. I mean, you could have some. I thought Carter would have devoured them by now, but again, I was wrong.
No, I mean,
Stacy Buffalo?
if we're gonna eat wings, we can eat wings. That's fine.
I mean, I
You have blue
also like,
cheese?
yeah, we have everything. But Carter, I got you like 1 million napkins and wipes. I'm not really sure like what the big deal is.
He holds up his handwritten journal that's all messed up.
Oh.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh, no.
Forgot about that.
So,
Well, it's messed up already. It's okay.
it's good to see. Isaiah, yes?
yeah,
It's been
Been a
too
while.
long. Yes. Thank you for your hospitality last time we met.
yeah, of course. I was surprised that you left without saying goodbye, but it was a busy time.
I was in a weird place.
Yeah, I
Yes.
think we all.
Things are better now. Much better.
Glad to hear it.
He kind
So
of looks around all like at the awkwardness of the table.
So have you just been hanging around the area? I
Oh
haven't
no,
really heard from you.
I've been doing so much. Lots of trips back and forth, Boston, New York. Few to the West Coast. I've been a little bit over in Europe. It's been crazy.
You've gone back to Boston?
Yes, I had to negotiate tax.
Okay.
I had to make some amends, I guess you say, in the form of financial compensation.
Yeah, I got that when you said the tax part, but thanks.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I just I don't know if sometimes my how you say language hits in the right way. Yes.
Yeah, same.
Pretty sure we don't have that problem, but yeah, maybe for others.
It's been a while. I don't know. You've been so busy. You're so important now. I'm surprised you have time for us. I elbow Carter in the ribs.
Yeah,
Oh,
and just hey, don't Dimitri, don't tell me, don't tell me anything. I don't want to know. You know what I mean?
Wait, why? What do you mean?
I'm gonna lean across the table and be like, a spy.
You are a spy? It's like Michael's situation all over again.
Well,
I
that didn't
blushed
turn
up
out
enough
so
to
well.
actually blush, I think.
I think so.
So
Half
we need to get
surprised there's
him.
not just a gun on the table. Take your shirt off right fucking now.
We need to get him mask and earmuffs like we did with Michael.
Those were the days. No, I'm not a. I forgot I was Steel.
Just over and over and over again on repeat.
I'm not a spy, but I'm still playing for that team.
So, are you afraid that you will be compelled to tell things that I tell you, or that you're letting me know that anything I tell you, you're going to tell them?
I'm saying, no, I'm not gonna go tell them, but we all know intentions and what actually happens with this group don't always line up. So if there's something that you really don't want my people to know, you know, don't don't tell me.
He's saying he's got a boss. He needs to look good for the boss.
Oh, I can throw you lots of bones on that front.
Yeah, so I mean, I guess we can talk. Yeah, the boss is not in state, obviously, doesn't want to be in state, is just a little concerned with how things went down and wants somebody to keep an eye on things and make sure it's not getting out of hand. And I think more concerned his direction.
Oh, he's afraid something spill over, like we come to Illinois.
I think afraid is a strong word. I wouldn't say that out loud to the wrong people, but the, there's a unfair perception that maybe there was a little bit of chaos caused in small part by some people at this table.
I mean, Eva, would you say that chaos was caused?
Probably. And
Me too, like 100%. I don't know why he's all trying to be like
oh,
subtle, like, oh, people, unfair bullshit. We did crazy
we
shit.
know, but also he was along for the ride on some of this,
A
so
lot of it.
we could start from the very
I
beginning.
mean, if we could not talk too loudly about that, that would be great.
Are you afraid there are spies from, he doesn't trust you, that someone else is here looking after you?
No, I don't think there's anybody else from my people, but it sounds like there are more of my people left in Indy than I had any idea of.
Yes.
Has any of us seen Michael's ex-girlfriend? Are we sure she's not still around?
I think Eva might have answer for you.
Yeah. Well, can I tell you, or is this something that you're gonna go back and be like, "Well, let me tell you all what she did"?
I mean, we
Yep.
assumed she was done and gone, so
Yes, she left town. We'll leave it at this.
Very fast.
but we're sure she's not coming back to town.
It was one-way ticket. At least that's what I hear.
To like Canada, right? Not someplace far away.
Yes.
Think hotter.
Here, Florida's nice this time of year.
Closer to the equator.
Is that Michael's voice coming from beyond the grave?
Exactly.
It's the echo of Michael constantly saying, "Let's just go to Florida."
You had Carter sold on that at one point, and then you're like, "No, we got to go to the roof."
Because the roof is cool. Whatever. No, you don't get that conversation. You let Michael die.
Oh,
I guess we're all being kind of coy about it, so dealt with it. It's gonna not be a problem.
Oh yeah, no, I got that. That hotter, hell, dead, cool.
Yeah. We're all kind of talking around it. She's gone.
But you can like stay gone, right?
Yeah.
Why do you care so much?
She was a nightmare.
Oh, okay, you agree too. Just wasn't sure what we agreed on anymore.
Wow. I'm gonna eat some wings.
So other than the delicious wings, what else am I doing here?
I think kind of being the middle person for us.
Oh, okay, I'm mediator. This is big trouble.
Well,
Honestly, I think we need a little Dimitri chaos sprinkle.
You mean a little camaraderie? This I can do. So, do you have responsibilities now, Eva? Like right now, can you get out of here? We go do something fun.
yeah, I mean, it depends on the fun, but yes.
Okay, you're going to need to set some like guidelines for me, okay?
Yeah, we'll definitely talk about that.
Okay. Isaiah, you up for some fun or you got stuff you need to be doing?
I assumed that since Eva's last guest and cleaning up, that I was cleaning up after. Yeah. So yeah, I'm free.
Okay, cool.
I mean, I think we were just talking about a little problem Eva might have.
Oh,
it's right about this
okay,
time.
business before pleasure.
All of you
Oh, both.
recognize out of everywhere in this building, a single swoosh is almost heard as a large cloak begins to billow a little bit. As a face that all of you could never forget. As you guys see, Claudius has just walked in.
Isaiah hears the swoosh, doesn't even look, and just puts his head down and goes, "Oh, son of a bitch."
That is the correct response, my sweet boy.
I forgot that fucking thing was still alive.
Oh, but I did not forget that you somehow eluded all of the death.
Are you here to remedy this?
I'm here to discuss business and other forms of compensation, given that you're here now and you seem to make a mess of my previous servant.
You expect compensation for this?
I do not understand how I would not, given that, part of him is over there and part of him is over there, and, well...
He was mortal. So what? I give you $5. It was good.
We are
Frankly,
in a bar,
sir.
Dimitri. There are people around.
Oh, sorry.
And I'm sorry, who's this?
I'm
This
mortal too.
Gentleman in the cape.
Oh,
This is
Please.
Clark, yes? It's Clark, right? Clark, this is Clark.
I wholeheartedly wish that you would have perished at the same time my sweet Charles did. The cruelty of the entropy of the world ceases never.
Yeah, Clark.
Now,
Now I
sir,
remember.
now my wing-covered friend, I happen to be one by the name of Claudius B. Wellington.
Claude, that's right. Claude, not Clark. Claude.
Yes, there's an us at the end, Claudius. I'll say that I'm the irritating one to have met. But yes, I'm here to discuss new employment potential. Contractorship, should that be? Other forms of my services. I was told that one Miss Hill was in charge of these parts now.
So you're picking a side now?
No, no. Business is down, and I'm looking to make the bottom line up.
I might have to get back to you on that business part, as we were just about to leave. But you
Well.
are more... Well, I'm going to look at Dimitri.
I do
Welcome
not-
to come with us? Question mark?
It would be
I
rude.
mean, it's the least I can do for the guy. I mean, I did try to blow him up.
There's-
Isaiah, you good?
Yeah.
Okay, that was not convincing, but
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm good. Was that better?
a little bit, yes.
a joyous evening this shall be.
Hell yeah, we will have lots of fun. But let's roll.
All right. Fun first, business later.
Oh wait, hey Claude, you mind pissing off for a minute? We got something important we need to talk about.
Yes. Big flourish of the cape, just and then they just kind of skulk to the bar.
Also, as a reminder for you there, Ian,
Buck's game is on.
Gen Con Charles is your current Charles.
No, yeah, I could still be butthurt that my
No,
original Charles is dead.
I was just giving you a reminder of which Charles of the Charles trilogy that we were on, of which one you are currently on in the timeline.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. Then he
So
is
Gen
absolutely
Con Charles hasn't broken his parts yet.
Correct. He hasn't done his sweet, sweet swan dive into a tunnel.
poor sweet Gen Con Charles. What a name. What a
Okay,
title.
let's talk about problem. We run through it real quick. We figure out how to solve it. Then we go have fun.
This ref is clearly blind and does not understand how to call the sports match.
How is the bar reacting to this strange person in a cape?
Horribly.
If it's horrible, I'm gonna suggest that we go to the office.
It's not necessarily like as Claudius makes their way and skulks over to the bar and sits down on the stool. Everyone's like looked at them with a strange eye, like, and it doesn't seem you guys aren't fully in discomfort by how obvious of a predator that Claudius is, because you guys are also all predators as well. But you can definitely get the sense of these people that are sort of uneasy about Claudius. But they aren't reacting or anything like that, like leaving the bar. They're just, most of them are keeping an eye on Claudius.
So I also have obvious predator, but I do the like deep in my hoodie team.
Of course.
Yeah, and so does Dimitri, but he just wears his with pride.
You guys are all
He likes
terrible,
looking at people like a
terrible
shark.
people.
And I think, for clarification, I think that Claudius is blissfully unaware of how like obvious of a predator that they are.
We have the two very different spectrums of awareness.
So, before we start, Eva, does your office have like soundproofing, anti-surveillance technology built in? White noise generators, all this good stuff.
Yes. I would.
Let's
Yeah.
go to your office.
Okay.
All right, you guys all dismiss yourselves and head into Eva's manager office. Carter, I have to ask, do you bring the plate of wings with you or leave them on the table?
I feel like by this point, like I've eaten a few, and Dimitri has eaten quite a few.
Yep,
Mostly bones.
love that for both of you. In 1
Tell me you
hour.
don't eat the bones.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's gonna be super coming back.
Mhm. Have the fun, man.
Thanks, I hate it. You guys are inside the office, the 4 of you.
Okay, so layout problem.
Short story. Basically, I hold on. Correct me if I'm wrong, storyteller. But it's basically that I'm having to prove myself to these other official Anarch barons, and then
Huh.
Isaiah came back. I can't remember what Isaiah had said though.
So for the
Just
most,
that
Go ahead.
Anson was being a pain in the ass.
Okay, yeah.
that's mostly
Okay.
the gist of it.
Okay.
It's just the fact that Anson's being a Toreador. But you were a tower that defected to Anarch, and you guys
Right.
caused a lot of issues for Anarch. So you are like, they realize what you've done for the Anarchs, and they realize how strong you are. But it very much feels like you have to walk on eggshells around them, but they still give you that level of don't mess with her respect.
Okay. So the short story is that Anson's kind of being a pain. And obviously coming from one side to the other is kind of a little interesting.
Sure.
So we're just trying to figure out a way that these other barons won't be a pain in the ass, but also where I'm not just like, don't be a pain in the ass, because I'm kind of walking on eggshells around here.
So
This is Baron Pizza King. Is that the guy that we saved?
well, saved and then turned over to the cam, who was then converted to cam, and then when everything fell apart, he went back apparently to being Anarch Baron. So he's kind of defected himself.
Baron
so
of the
he's
Pizza
entangled.
King. Let's not oversell it.
Baron of Avon, and the territories associated with it.
But he runs out of a Pizza King.
Look, no accounting for taste or style or like cool factor or anything like this.
Like I'm insulted that he's a problem on your behalf.
Okay, so what about Fairfield? You feel like Fairfield is not going to be a problem?
No, you know them. They
Well, he's your clan. I mean, so I figured
right,
he'd be stoked to have another Bruja, especially Baron of Indiana, of Indianapolis.
right. And that's why I'm saying you know how he is. First off, he is very excited that it's somebody of the clan, but also, he's kind of easy to manipulate.
Well, it helps that he's scared shitless of you. I mean, that's always a bonus.
Good point. Didn't think about that.
I mean, you remember he about shit pants when we show up at Elysium. I never seen him look so scared. You could tell he thought, "Oh shit, is this it? Am I done?" But so have you talked with Baron? I mean, is this something you can work out with Pizza King, or you feel like he just needs to go?
I feel like it would be too much of a problem to try to work it out. I think the better part would be for him to go, but I also need this side of us to trust me and not just feel like I'm overtaking everything right away.
Okay. So you have discussed plan yet? You have any starting place?
Carter raises his hand.
You don't need to raise your hand, just speak.
Oh, okay. What wasn't sure about the protocol. Um, it if you could do it quiet and maintain the masquerade, that would really help sell that everything's fine here.
Okay, so I'm out.
No, I don't think you're out, but I think, maybe not
I
explosions
kid,
and
I kid, I kid, Carter. I kid. Um, so okay, subtle, plausible deniability. Yes, Eva can't seem to have fingers on.
well, I think everyone needs to know that Eva took care of him, but
Eh, no, if she's
not in a
trying,
way that breaches the masquerade.
I I think it's better if we, use outside agency. You know what I mean? Someone who, it doesn't look personal. That way, it doesn't look like anarch on anarch crime. You know what I mean? Because trying to heal, yes, trying to align the anarchs to be same side.
Right.
So we need someone else to. What about Claude? I mean, I know he's kind of moron, but maybe he could pull it off.
I mean,
His
And
I
if
name
he
was
was
fails,
Clark.
no, it's Claude. ES, whatever that means. I don't know.
I was gonna say it would help if we could show that the anarchs were capable of some subtle. So I don't know how that ties in, Claudia.
Yes, go grab the guy with the cape.
Very true, very true. I'm just saying he looks like outsider, right? He's not affiliated with
Yeah.
anarchs.
And
So if
how do you know Claude ES?
we met him in Boston, him and
Oh,
his buddy Luke, and we tried to. We didn't. He was just collateral damage. They were not meant to be there, but they were there, so we had chance. We took it. We may have kind of almost blowed them up, but they survived. I don't know what they're crying about.
Well, that's topic for a different day.
Sure, sure. Yes, yes. So not him. I mean, not them, because they're them.
oh, okay.
Wait. Hold on. The Pizza King has already been target, yes? Of not SI but independence, yes?
I thought it was SI.
No, because remember we show up and we get shot at by crossbow and stick in the side of car. Like that's not SI. SI used them big flamey bullets.
We got shot at a lot in our defense. It's hard to remember
True.
who's shooting what.
I'm just saying. I to me, I do remember that location seemed like had been compromised by independence, not by SI.
Yeah, that sounds right.
So if is on radar, perhaps you get what I'm saying.
Yeah. No, that's subtle. Do you know any people like that?
No, no.
Do you think Claudius might?
You know, he might be person we could send to ask question without it being connected to us.
Well, let's call them in then.
Isaiah, do you have any thoughts?
We are sort of arranging to cause a breach in the Masquerade. Is I think what we're talking about.
Oh, I thought we were talking about arranging to have some pawns handle some business without any breach of anything.
Sounds to me like we're arranging to have some mortals go kill a victim.
I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't hear that. Did you hear that? I didn't hear that.
Okay, I apparently suck at the subtlety. Sorry. We're arranging to have some independent agents who shot at you with a crossbow instead of a phosphorus round. Discover that one of our friends in the food industry might to maybe, I don't know, get a crossbow bolt.
No, he needs to be put out of business.
Oh, okay, yeah, sorry.
You got to leave crossbow out of it, man. You're talking about like murderous weapons.
I mean, like, I helped to soundproof this place, right? Like, we're talking about killing the guy.
Well, no, when you put it that way.
Yes. But I don't know why you bring up Masquerade breach.
Because
I
at
mean-
the point that they kill him, they're going to realize that he's
Okay,
Seems to
all
be
right,
sort of
all right, all right. We know there's those independent hunters. There's hunters in Indy. What if we line it up so that they take out our problem, and then we take out them, and that's two things less for Eva to deal with.
Yeah, I like that. Basically, I'm
too.
just thinking we need a plan to clean up ourselves.
Who's in the game that might have connections where we could send Claude to, like, ask around subtly?
What about is that group from where are they from? LA? They still around? We were going to use them before. Derek?
I haven't
Dimitri
heard.
shows his fangs at that.
I haven't
still
heard of
needs
anybody
allies.
leaving.
He's probably still out there in Terre Haute. Isaiah, do people know you're with the movement? Or are you
Yeah.
pretty good about keeping that affiliation, like, low key?
I think most people know I'm with the movement, but they don't
Okay.
to know when I'm around. So,
Like, can you do the thing that people do where they put on a different face, not look like them?
no.
I was just thinking maybe Claude could use a babysitter. And the three of us, he'll see coming a mile away.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I can be a babysitter. I have plenty of abilities to keep track of him, help him
Okay.
get out of shit if he gets in.
Okay, but if you guys are game, maybe we send Claude on errand over to Terre Haute to see if he can find independent contractors. We start there.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we can make contact and we can put some wheels in motion.
If this goes well, would your boss, as I look at Carter, be okay with this? Would they find out?
If it sounds like what we're saying is that a problem anarch is going to get taken care of and some problem mortals are going to get taken care of. and it's all going to be done quietly. So I doubt he would care, other
I
than to
mean,
be happy that it's not loud and messy.
as far as Chicago's concerned, they're not concerned because it's an anarch getting killed by hunters. It has nothing to do with the movement. It's just bad luck for old Pizza King. And of
And
course,
yeah,
we will seek righteous retribution for our fallen brother.
quietly, discreetly.
Of course.
The Dimitri way.
And it sounds like Claudius feels like you owe them something. Is I don't know them. Were they useful in Boston?
They had their moments. They definitely have their skill set.
With the cape and the flare,
Eh, this
could
this
be.
this is just part of the personality. Think about it this way. What are you going to remember?
Oh
You're
no,
going to remember him.
I was actually going for that sort of cheap theatricality. Feels like a new Pizza King.
You want to put him in place as Pizza King?
A, a pawn that is not super threatening.
I think it would be better to have an ally that maybe has a bit of a following. Besides, they are not interested in taking sides.
Oh, one of those. Okay,
Yes, they like to walk line in middle.
fair enough. Then yeah, somebody's going to need to take over Avon.
Well, hmm. I will stay out of this. This is anarch business, just like it is no place for Carter. This is for Fairfield and Eva to decide.
Oh, are you? Who? Never mind. That. All right,
No,
that's a weird
I,
question.
I've been thinking about it, so I think let's just ask it. Are you not with them anymore?
No, I am independent contractor.
Oh, one of those.
Yeah, one of those.
Oops.
Yes, I find I like being boss more than servant. So, but in exchange for my services, I may have a small request for Eva.
Can I
But this
know
is
about
for
it now?
it's best if it's discussed between you and I. It's
Okay.
a personal business.
Okay.
So if we're good with this, if Isaiah and Carter would step out, I can quickly discuss with the Baron if my terms are acceptable.
Sure. I guess who's telling the Cape? Are we doing that while you talk, or should we send him in there?
I mean, Eva, if you trust Isaiah to be able to convey your orders, then I have no problem with this.
Yeah, I think it's fine if you let them know, Isaiah.
Sounds. All right, Carter. I guess we're dismissed.
Ooh.
Just like 2 minutes.
Yes, it will not take long. It's very small
But
ask.
you do you.
It's a good phrase.
As Carter exits the room, in the top right of everyone's screen, it just says, "Carter will remember this," as the door shuts behind him.
So I would never dream of asking anything for myself from the great Baron Eva. However, I do have a friend who has recently returned to town that could use permission to establish her business within your territory.
Um, is Dimitri letting on who I think it is?
If you ask, he'll tell you.
Let me guess. Is it part of the Sabbat?
It is Miss Garcia. She has returned to town since things have changed. They were hoping to resume our previous business relationship. I have gotten in my fingers in a lot of pies right now that make the opportunities that she present to be much more lucrative for me, but also for her to be under your umbrella. And she was very subtle in Terre Haute. We saw this, yes. There weren't like bodies dropping like flies all over the place. She never attracted attention. She understands the value of the masquerade. But she is freshly back in town. She no longer owns the Egyptian room that is now the property of someone else. So she is seeking new business ventures. And I thought, since you own all of it in Indianapolis, that maybe she could have a little slice to set up business.
I feel like the only reason people were not dropping like flies, as you say, she wasn't there for very long.
I'm going to point this out to you, Eva. You chased the Camarilla out of Indianapolis. Are you really concerned about a couple members of the Sabbat being a true challenge if you set your mind to it?
A little bit, yes.
I promise you, if you have problems that require her expulsion, that I will assist you in this. As it is me asking you for this favor.
So are you joining this movement?
Oh, no, 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 no,
Her
no, no.
movement?
No, no, no. No, I am simply looking to make money.
So like the last time.
Yes, exactly. Business relationship. And plus, she's a very interesting woman. And she's connected to very powerful people, which I would like to court those connections. So helping her helps me.
Yeah, I think we could work something out.
Excellent. I appreciate you taking the time and listening to my proposal.
Yeah, no problem.
And I will let her know that if problems become problems, I will have no problem assisting you in removing her from Indianapolis.
What do we deem as problems are problems?
If she starts to increase police presence, if she is encroaching on other people's hunting areas, if she is causing any sort of political problems for you, to an extent where it could risk your position. Some people will not like it, but I think Enarchs are more accepting of the Sabbat than the Camarilla ever was. And Nessa seemed to be okay with it, while Caleb was not.
It was always shocking. But yes, I see where you're coming from. Yeah, I think all of those I agree with.
Okay, excellent.
I'm gonna grab Dimitri's arm. One thing that I would like to discuss with you.
Certainly.
Do you trust Carter?
He seems like he has told us not to, which means that he's still our friend.
Okay.
I think Carter has concern that, he comes from the Blood Wizards. They can do things, read each other's minds, all kinds of fancy tricks to compel compliance. I think he worries that maybe if he. Carter's never been a good liar, yes? I think he's afraid that if he knows what we're doing, they will see through his lies when he tries to lie for us, putting himself in danger. The fact that he has let us know this tells me that he is still our friend, but that we should not trust him with anything that we worry could put us in danger. Which is why I asked him to leave, considering we were discussing inviting the Sabbat to Indianapolis. I didn't want to put you in that position. I don't think Carter himself would have problem. I think he would be concerned that maybe that information could be extracted from him.
Okay. My doubt is still there, but
Oh, definitely
want
be on
to.
guard.
Okay.
But I have your back. Even though I'm not a narc.
Yeah.
But you
I have yours
You
too.
are my sister, he is my little brother, so he's you know,
So you got stuck in the middle.
something deeper than title, than clan, than anything. So okay. If we're good, we're good.
We're good. Let's go.
The two of you walk out. And you guys continue outwards towards the main lobby room area. Carter and Isaiah, you guys just wrapped up telling Claudius sort of the legal terms of what you were wanting to do in a way that's not incriminating. As you guys all three begin to see Eva and Dimitri walk out.
Yeah.
Do they
so,
look angry?
I don't think so. They're arm in arm, so I don't think so.
Cool. All right, should be good.
Anyway, that's kind of the deal. You have any questions? We can go talk to them.
I do not believe that I have any sort of specific queries as to the hows, the whys, etc. I do by chance happen to have an idea based upon payment.
All right. Well, I don't have the company credit card, so to speak. So, come on, let's go talk to her.
Perfect. Big cape swoosh.
Right off the stool.
Yep.
As I walk up, I'm just gonna say, "All right, we good? Everybody good? Everybody know the plan?"
I'm intrigued upon the plan, however. Claudius be willing to does not happen to provide services for free.
Yes, I've learned that.
Perhaps while you were just playing a party to destroying property of mine, that's when you learned that. However,
Okay. What's it gonna take, Claude? What kind of payout you looking for here, bud?
hunting rights within your territory.
In all of Indianapolis, you're out of your fucking mind.
Cordon off a couple blocks for me, then.
A couple blocks? That's prime real estate.
So I was unaware that you had moved back to town.
All right. Hey, so we're out of the office. Let's maybe not yell these things.
We're negotiating a property deal here.
Okay, cool. Let's negotiate in there.
Don't you fuck me, Russian. I know what I'm worth.
I got $200. Is that enough?
No.
Dimitri.
Yeah. I like yanking this guy's chain. It's too easy.
Just the Claudius's demeanor changes from kind of like obliviously jovial, like stands up a little straighter. You realize that Claudius is significantly taller than you thought that they might have been, pushing like 7+. Think like WoW, like World of Warcraft orc when they like, or troll, like when they stand all the way up. You're like, oh god. And The room seems to get just a little bit darker.
Okay, I'm sure we could come up with some agreement. Take a chill.
Should be plenty of territory for everybody, right?
Figured with.
And I can't even like really grant you any territory. I don't live here.
Why am I not surprised?
I just like you getting spun up, Claude. It's fun.
I am a rather enjoyable person to be around, I would agree. Now then, to the evening. Hate flip.
Meg will go ahead and walk up to you, Eva. Do you need me to run the bar while you're out?
Yes, that would be great. Keep an eye out for anything weird or sus.
Weird
Let me know.
or sus? Besides the fact that you three are back together? Because that classifies as both weird and sus.
Okay, Meg, we get it. See you later.
Maybe don't mention all of that to anybody.
Yeah. Don't talk. Like, you can, like, service people. Don't talk, you know? Like, hey, can I get you something? Get them the thing, and then be done.
Oh, I thought that was part of the small talk circle bit.
No. Also, I'm gonna, like, pull her closer. Don't talk to, like, the walls, please.
But is the counters okay? Or the
No,
glasses?
nothing. No.
Oh.
If you have to do that, go into the bathroom.
So the... Okay, yeah.
There's no stalls. It's just single, you know? Like, just...
Oh.
You know,
Wouldn't that be more weird if it's a single bathroom? I'm talking inside the bathroom.
Sounds
You know
like
what?
you.
I don't know if I should be You're right. And she goes ahead and takes her books and just puts them underneath the bar and just sort of walks around and starts looking at different things, different walls. But it looks like she's about to say something and sort of turns back away.
Alrighty. I hope this place is not burned to the ground when we come back. Alright, let's go.
Are we taking our own wheels? We all riding together? What's the plan here?
I don't know if we should all ride together.
Carter,
Not that I
you got
want.
car?
I do have a car. Hang on one second. I have to roll a willpower check. I saw books. I'm
I saw
Oh,
books.
curious.
No.
Such a Carter dice roll. I saw books. I must roll willpower. Thank you.
I forgot how much of just a rager Carter has for books.
Oh, okay. Did I get a peek at what the books were that Meg had? I'm able to leave. I'm able to let it go, but Carter has to know.
There was a couple of almost like textbook size books. They are unlabeled, but you do see that there was a couple of what looked like notebooks that were just sort of tossed open, and you did see her, like, as you guys were passing by, like looking at receipts and numbers and writing it all down as like a book jockey for the bar.
Okay, so not interesting books.
I mean, the two that are unbound may or may not be interesting to you.
If I recall correctly, Meg had some interesting books at one point.
Yes, she also had access to the entire Camarillo library.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. As we're walking out, Eva, can you give Meg my number for like study club?
You cannot be serious.
Well,
She-
really, you know he's
She had books from the
serious.
library. I mean,
Yes.
is that weird?
Aren't you
Sorry.
already with somebody, though?
Not like that. Just the books.
That's where it starts. I'm gonna just
No,
walk over
I
to
would-
my car.
As the canon for it, didn't it start with the book that you did steal from Ashley?
Yeah, no, canonically
okay,
it did start with
cool.
the books. Absolutely.
Cool, just making sure.
Carter has to make some willpower checks to even think that way, so yeah, we're okay.
That's fair. That's fair.
As we're like splitting up, Isaiah's gonna be like, "Hey, you all got like smartphones and shit? Here, click this link." He's gonna send you all a link to an encrypted chat group. He'll be like, so that we don't have to throw our phones out every like 25 minutes. You can
I'm
use
still throwing the phone away after the end of the night. I mean,
hey, you do that one, but that's secure.
it's just habit.
Hey, that's fine. I think you've got more money than God, right? So
Not yet.
Are you? There's a lot of buttons.
you use the same ones that you would use for like a text, and you can call with it.
I don't think Carter's ever owned a smartphone.
All right.
Carter lives in a
Go in a
library,
car
can talk
with somebody
telepathically
who's
to the people he wants to talk to, and has been trained on phones by Dmitry Trackphone Ivanov, or whatever his last name is.
Yeah,
Dmitry Trackphone Ivanov. What a name.
It was tracksuit in the 80s. Now it's trackphone.
Claudius, you got a Chuck around that speaks smartphone that can help Carter out here?
Well, I may not enjoy being boiled down to such a yes.
Charles walks around. Yeah, you need something, boss?
Phone, it's for you.
Hello?
No.
Oh.
It's a good
See,
thing
the
you're
new
pretty,
model's not
Charles.
much smarter than the old one.
The old one at least could run a business. This one's just a set of hands. No offense, Charles.
None taken, as I also have feet, boss.
My point. But
Okay,
yeah,
so we sending Claude to go do thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it sounds like Claudius and Charles are heading towards the terrible Hote.
Isaiah is going.
Wonderful. A road trip, as they say.
oh joy. That's not sarcastic.
Do you want me to drive, or
Yes, please.
you got it? And he happily walks around, almost as if it was not even spoken or anything like that, but Charles runs around immediately, opens Claudius's door, and waits at the door for Claudius to enter.
There is no acknowledgement of that from Claudius. Just straight into the car.
And without missing a step, as soon as the cape is inside, door is shut, and it walks over to the passenger seat door, and opens it for you, Isaiah.
Oh, cool. Thanks. Slide in.
You see Charles look very confused, shuts the door, and runs around to the other side, and gets into the driver's seat.
I must ask that you refrain from speaking to Charles directly, as he will get used to the type of attention and demand it.
Yeah, whatever. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, tell
Him too, Charles.
tell Charles that I said that.
You could tell him yourself.
All right, where to, boss?
Just gonna look at Isaiah.
I'm gonna give him an address.
Yeah, what address are you giving to him?
Where we would find Derek.
Okay.
Believe we're off to see the Pizza King and the.
I thought we were going to Brink to drum up.
Oh yes, Brink.
Like the truck?
Not. He's a don't know if we'd call him a colleague or associate or some other form, but yes, we will go speak to him before we go speak to the pizza royalty.
I much prefer Papa John's, I gotta be honest. The car begins to sputter off.
Better ingredients and such.
The OG Coterie, you guys see the beginning of an epic quest begin to take off and leave towards Terre Haute.
So, Carter, you have place to stay?
I was actually about to say I don't think I'm going to be here full time, but it sure would be helpful to have a safe place. I don't know many people that still owe me favors down here.
I
Unless
don't
when you
really
guys,
owe you any favors, but you are my friend, so I can probably help you out.
well, that's fair. I just, you know, we did get some favors, and
Oh, by the way, Giovanni said he's ready for you to cash in his boon anytime.
oh,
He's
see
actually
that.
eager to cash it in, is what he told me.
All right. Well, he probably, I don't know. Eva, does he have territory here? Is that something he could? Is that okay
Hey,
with you?
hey, listen, don't waste your boon on a fucking place to stay. I get you bed. I'm just
I'm not
saying,
talking about a bet. I mean, I'm saying like
Oh.
territory, Dimitri.
you're
Just a
not
little
going
bit.
to be here full time.
But I'm going to be here enough that,
What's enough? What's enough time to have a territory here?
I don't know. How much time do you, I don't know. I don't know.
I guess, like, would you be able to manage it? Or would you have to have somebody here helping you?
A territory is a lot of responsibility, Carter.
You have to walk it and feed it.
Let it outside. There's so many things. You need like a
Just
you know.
some hunting ground. Just, yeah, I mean, you know what I'm into, right?
You don't even
And
hunt.
exactly. That's my point, Dimitri. When I am here, I want to be able to have an easy supply because I'll have
And
books to
he's
read.
an easy person to do that
Look,
with.
get in the car. Just get in the car. I take you somewhere. We go right now. Let's go.
I'm
Sick
not
of
hungry
fooling
right
around.
now. I'm just
No, I
okay.
just want to
Fine.
show
That's fine.
you
All right.
something.
Okay,
Jesus.
fine. Okay, I'm getting in the car.
Why does everything have to be a fight with you?
Eva, are you also getting into the car?
Oh yeah. I'm just gonna hop in.
I'm sure nothing terrible happened to the three of you the last time you guys were in a black SUV.
Hey, Greg, can you call the other guys? Let them know to form up the motorcade. We're gonna head to the vineyard. So,
Understood. Your guest, I believe, was still there last we knew. Is that okay?
oh yeah. It's fine. It's fine. I just want to show them, some things.
You got a boss.
So you have big house now, Eva? You living the life?
Living the life.
Yeah, you're top of the heap. You should have all the nice things.
That's not really me though. So no, I do not have a big house.
Do you have like at least a cool motorcycle you ride, looking like kick ass?
Yeah, I mean it's in the garage, so I don't ride it though.
Why not?
Gotta keep it pretty.
Are you shitting me?
Nope.
Oh.
But I do have one, so you should be happy for that.
I mean, like, if I gave you another one, would you at least ride it?
Oh sure, yeah.
Okay. I just can't stand the idea of like a motorcycle sitting there just collecting dust. Like, how do you get to work? You walk?
I have
Don't
another
tell
car.
me you take the train.
I that sometimes happens, but not very often. I like to, be low key. I don't want to be all fancied up.
You're
You're barren now. Like you can't be walking places and fighting with Pizza King and stressing about weathering your motorcycle. No offense.
I mean,
I offer all offense. I mean,
You
I
can take
can
a
and I
punch from her.
do.
I can't.
But I mean, do I like being in charge instead of somebody telling me what to do all the time? Yes. That was not my lifestyle at all, as you could tell.
yes, you always chafed under the yoke of rule.
Yeah. And honestly, for those around me, that's how I want it to be too. I don't want it to feel like somebody's telling them what to do all the time.
He's good
Yes, there's
leadership.
rules, but yeah. But we have to, I don't know, work together.
So, like Carter, you are sort of like consigliere right now, yes?
What? Sorry, what?
You are consigliere, yes?
Yeah, yeah, sure. Yeah. I mean, I don't really know, honestly. I showed up in Chicago with, what I guess I had information that it was good enough for the pyramid, and so I'm set up there, and I have some territory, and I mostly keep to myself and help the prince from time to time. I honestly am not sure the prince knows what to do with me, so I think that's part of what this is about.
But he sent you here.
Well, he knows that I'm from here. Well, not from here, but you know what I mean. I was here recently and knew who you were. I don't think he realizes quite how well we knew each other, but it's okay. He doesn't need to know that.
But you're still doing like jobs for a prince.
I mean, from time to time, it's like I said, they kind of leave me alone. I'm not, before I was with you guys, I was never the jobs that people gave me were like research this, cast this, ritual. It wasn't out causing trouble or solving that kind of problem.
Yeah, well, that also was probably just the prince that was here that could not figure out what to do and how to handle things.
He certainly would have benefited from a card. Sounds
Yeah.
like you need one too, though. Like not me, obviously, but because that wouldn't work. But you need somebody helping with that stuff.
No, Isaiah seems like he's good, yes?
Yeah. Yeah, I count on Isaiah for a lot.
What's the thing about the smartphone, though?
What do you mean? What's the thing about the smartphone?
I mean, like, don't we just have to throw these phones out all the time and stay off the grid?
No.
What is it you call
Oh,
it, Dimitri?
He's what we call data sanitization.
So I don't have to change numbers all the time. I can just use this
I mean,
smartphone.
look, Isaiah's smart guy. Yes, he knows what he do, but old habits die hard. You, though, you should keep a hold of.
As we go ahead and sort of zoom out of the SUV, and about 45 minutes pass as Claudius Charles and Isaiah arrive at what looks like a warehouse turned compound. Seeing multiple people sort of walking the perimeter, chain link fenced with barbed wire over the top, cameras on each corner, and it has a gate that you can pull up to.
Yeah. So here's the deal. We're here to talk. That's sort of not thing I do. You may have noticed. Um, so I'm basically here to see if there's anything that they're not telling us. Make sure that you get out of here. I have an idea.
Perfection.
Can we park before we get there, I have an idea.
Charles, find a spot.
Immediately, like, slams over to the side of the road and slams on the brakes. I got one, boss.
Ah,
Gorgeous.
all right. Anyway, I'm gonna open a door. I'd like to try to summon a cricket.
Okay.
So I want to what's the whispers? Feral whispers.
Mm.
Try to get a cricket here and
Okay.
see if I can share it.
Yeah. Go ahead and make
Okay.
that
I'm gonna-
roll.
I'm gonna surge for this.
Oh, I love it. Roll that to rouse the blood for the surge. I love it.
Woof. So we hungy. And then I'm gonna roll.
So now can how I imagine Isaiah saying he's hungry. I hungry. It just disappears off into the night.
Plus animal
terrifying.
surge.
Yeah.
Cool. So, summon a cricket out of the woods and
hmm
just hold it over. I'm gonna explain to it like, "Hey, stay with this guy, and if it seems like things are gonna get violent, like start chirping."
Yep.
And hand it over to Claudius and be like, "You take this, or have Chuck take it, whatever. It'll let me know if you're in trouble."
Ah. Yes, perfect.
So do you or do you give it to Charles?
I'll keep it with me.
Okay.
Kind of tuck it in the collar of the cloak, like in one of the folds, just like, there you go, small friend.
You should name him Jiminy.
Nah. It's funny because we thought that your friend was bugged, and now I legitimately am.
I get it.
Thank you, Charles.
It's a good one, boss.
All right, that one was good.
All right. Charles will look over to you, Claudius. Where to now?
Get us to our destination, please. And while we're driving,
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
shadow servant.
Mm-hmm.
Take a little scoop out of the floor, like the shadows of the floor of the car.
Yep.
Just, oh, hello. Now, here's what you're going to do for me. You're going to follow and listen. And should anybody act up, run for help.
A shadowy thumbs up appears.
It's been a minute since I've used Shadow Servant, so I'm making sure
No, you're good.
that I. Okay. Yep. If anything seems sketchy,
Okay. Do you need to make a rouse check for?
I do. In fact, rouse check.
Yes. Also hungry.
I have a rumble in my tummy.
Charles will go ahead and arrive at the gate. And a individual sort of opens the front of it up a little bit, walks through. Can I help you guys with something?
I just spaced on words. Oh my god. I completely forgot how to talk for a second. Yes, hello, good evening. We're here to speak with your boss.
Do you have an appointment?
Do you have an appointment?
Tell him that we're here on behalf of Miss Hill.
I will in a moment. I want to know if he has an appointment.
No.
Touche, we're here on behalf of Miss Hill.
Ah, understood. As he goes ahead and begins to open up the gate the rest of the way and allowing the car to pass through into this rather large open compound.
What a gentleman you are. Good evening.
Good evening. And he's going to go ahead and escort you all to the interior of this warehouse as you guys open it up. And you can definitely tell it looks like it's seen some better days. Looks like it was rebuilt relatively recently. But you guys walk up into this office that has a nice set of double wooden doors as it opens up. There's a large desk, and you do see a gentleman wearing a maroon suit sitting behind it, and he begins to close the books. Hello?
Good evening. Mr. Brink, I presume.
Yes, and I don't have your name.
You may refer to me as Claudius.
Good to know. I hear you are here on behalf of a certain Miss Hill.
Yes. Our mutual contact has asked me to meet with you on a certain sensitive matter.
Okay. Is it our business, or is it of the mortal variety?
Believe it be a bit of both, rather.
My favorite.
Is it? Try to find the right way, or the gentle way to say. How invested are you in the royal family of pizza?
I wouldn't call him that, but he's clan after all.
Yes. Been heard that the royal master of trains is difficult to work with at times.
Sometimes.
Now riddle me this. Could something or someone or some entity happen to overthrow said royal family? Would that be better or worse for business?
It would definitely make it different, but I'm not sure whether or not to be good or bad. A lot of it sort of depends on how it was done.
Spectacle. Talk and awe, rather. But not by us.
By us, you
Seems
mean
that-
the movement?
Us as in, like, our kin. Those of us on this side of the night cycle.
Hmm.
As it would appear, maybe Indianapolis has become a bit of a hotbed for those who think that they can stand and flex some sort of mortal might at us. Same game, different rules.
Always is.
Sprinkle bait, let them think it's their idea to perhaps expedite the changing of territory.
Are you capable of making that happen?
I'm capable of many things, Mr. Brink. I would appreciate a little bit of faith in my abilities.
I was just making sure that you have the ability to write the check to cash, or if I need to speak with someone who does have that wallet.
If you would like to check my credentials or resume or speak with those you deem at your level, then by all means, Mr. Brink, please. Just understand that with the right kind of chaos sown and discourse introduced, mortals are putty. Malleable.
Hey Jay, let Ash and Jonas know that we're busy. And out of the corner of your eye, you see a Nosferatu sort of appear out of the corner and begin to walk out the door you came in.
What a trick. Never alone, truly, I see.
No, I assume that we are never alone.
Valid and fair.
So, if you are able to make something like this happen, I would be more than happy to take the reins, as it were. I just didn't realize Anson was that much of a thorn for another Baron.
I cannot not even seem, I cannot speak directly to any of the issues directly had, as that is not my purview or place. Did Isaiah come in with us as well, or no?
I'd like to be around but invisible. But I think that this person
I just didn't want to blow up your spot.
That's not necessarily a thing that happens for free.
Yeah, you can go ahead and make a rouse check if you would like.
Yeah,
for
sure.
some unseen passage work.
Crank the hunger up.
Yep. And then I also need you to go ahead and roll Dex plus Obfuscate for me, please.
Cool.
Wait, that's not Michael Burrow.
It's not.
Or is it? Oh, womp womp.
I'm happy. So I think as the other Nosferatu leaves, Isaiah will become visible and say, she's open to it. Can't promise it, but can tell you that it's certainly a thing that she said is possible.
And he looks directly at Claudius. See? Never alone.
Good policy.
My concern, and you can bring this back to your Baron, is what happens when I take this step in and she doesn't like how I'm running my shop. Should I also expect her to have another visit with another individual who might like the spot of Avon?
Claudius is going to look at Isaiah again, just like, I've said my piece.
I think Isaiah's going to go politics, people have got to be more useful than our trouble. I think she sees things the same way. Part of why trying to do this quiet.
Well, I'm more than happy to work with Miss Hill, but I just want you... I don't know what position you have for her, but let her know that I did cover for her and her coterie once upon a time. And that is not cheap.
Understood.
Now, do I get a chance to have a meeting with this Miss Hill, are you guys looking for some information here before to send back to your Baron?
You want to tell us that it's a thing that you're receptive to when you want to talk details, but pass along that reminder, then do that and see what the next step. If it's something you're willing to start on right now, then don't let us waste your time.
No, I have a business acquisition that I'm taking care of currently, but what I can tell you is that Anson has a thing for has an acquired taste. And they have a ghoul that does a lot of their farming for them, if you will. Likes to bring them into a club that he likes to hang out in. But it's difficult. Their name is Riley.
Okay? Be careful.
They are very well fed, if you get what I'm saying. So they're very devoted. I haven't seen any sort of capabilities from this individual more than the ability to sleep with someone. But that's not to say that they don't have any sort of
Got it.
capabilities. And you know how ghouling goes. The piece of them gets improved. They get more charismatic. They gain some minor powers. Have a longer life expectancy. And as far as I'm aware of, as long as I've been on this half of the states, Riley's been a tool for Anson for a very long time. But sometimes people forget how sharp their tools are until it bites them.
Got it. Seems like it could also be a trail of birds.
I would hope so. I know that sometimes, even though we try to provide the best for our ghouls, that sometimes they have moments of weakness. Moments where they regret some life choices. So maybe you can turn that and use that as an opportunity.
Okay.
Here's my card. If you would like, give it to your Baron, and I'm more than happy to set up another meet in a more official to discuss payment. And if you guys need any additional information.
All right. I think we're good here.
Great. He goes ahead and stands up and buttons up his suit jacket. And if you please excuse me, I will escort you guys outside as I am also leaving. And if I know anything about this wonderful compound that Dimitri has left me, it's that it has very few access points that I would like for to stay that way.
I do want to be clear before I tell Baron. This came from the coterie that you helped to cover for.
Yeah. I was asked to take charge of it for a moment, and it was not
All right,
ever.
but you're just still carrying a debt, or you're still viewing them as carrying a debt. This thing is pretty awesome. I mean, the cameras are sort of a liability, but
We have some of the best tech working on it. But I appreciate the concern. And yes, I do consider that running his family business is considered a debt, yes. And
all
also
right.
making sure that they disappeared when SI was knocking on my door.
Yeah, okay. Just wanted to make sure that you didn't consider this some I'll make sure to let her know.
I appreciate that. That is definitely the line. But if you see, excuse me, as you see him go ahead and begin to continue to escort you guys out of the building into the more open parking lot type area, as he goes ahead and gets into his 67 Impala. And you see there's 3 people that are sort of waiting next to the car as they all sort of slide in as well. And it sort of revs up and just almost like waiting to follow you out.
Can I use one more ability before we leave?
You can absolutely try.
Cool. I would like to use Saboteur from my Descent of Zelios to instinctively know where a building's weaknesses are and what I would have to do in order to tear that building down.
Sure. I would be happy to send you all of the weak locations and how you would need to do that. And that's a once per chronicle thing, or oh, good,
Nope.
good. Love that for me.
There's a role involved in actually tearing it down, and it takes a while.
Of course, of course. The knowledge is free to know, though. Wonderful. It's cool. We will go ahead and discuss that offline, but you guys go ahead and hop back into the car. Are you guys heading back towards Avon and the sidelines, or where would you guys like to go?
I think I'd shoot a message to Eva and say, he's open, says you and your peeps owe him a debt. Wanted to meet to talk details.
She would text back. Great. He's still harping on that debt. Question mark. And do you have contact?
Yes, number is here. Apparently Dimitri gave him this pretty awesome compound, but yes, he still considers the debt open.
I'm gonna give the text a thumbs up. And then I'll actually send Derek a text.
Okay, what are you gonna say?
Do you have time tonight to meet? And then I'm just gonna sign it with E.
Yes, give me 2 hours. And it just comes back with Brink Industries.
And then I'll just send the location of sidelines.
Okay. With that being said, we will go ahead and wrap up for tonight's session. Thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out. Really do appreciate it. We will not have a session next week, as that is going to be Christmas Eve. But we will be back the following to wrap up our wonderful, wonderful chronicle. And then go ahead and start with the brand new.
I would just point out the next Tuesday would be New Year's Eve.
Yeah, we'll have something either recorded or set up, but we'll have some sort of thing set up for us to go ahead and wrap up the chronicle. Thank you.
You don't get holidays on this show. Sit down.
That wasn't in your contract? That's wild. I forgot that. That's on me. But and then January 7th, we will go ahead and actually kick off our brand new Vampire the Masquerade Chronicle with a whole, almost a new cast of characters, which is almost like a half-truth. There are some recurring faces in a new system. So very excited to see how this whole interaction works. But otherwise, thank you guys again. If you guys haven't already, because we've been, and by we, I mean me, very, very bad at promoting them. But make sure to go ahead and check out the one and the only Adventure Dice, as they are still sponsoring Indy by Night. So head over to adventuredice.ca and use code JBrews for 10% off your order. And that goes for all dice sets, excluding the charity dice, because we still want to help them raise their causes for the charity that they work with. I want to make sure we go ahead and provide them their full funds. So make sure to head over there. Again, that's adventuredice.ca, code JBrews for 10% off. So thank you guys again, and we'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Have a good night, guys.
Bye.